Hey there, makers, gather round. It's time to spread that crafty sound. Paper, ink, stamps, and snips. We're rolling up our sleeves. Come get your tips. From fresh ideas to color so bold. New techniques and stories told. Every card a little piece of art. Let's dive in, let's make a start. New in the studio, Lisa's here. Spark your style, bring some cheer. Stamp it, snip it, let it flow. Watch your creativity grow.
Hi friends, welcome to New in the Studio. My name is Lisa Schmid and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And if you know our backgrounds, you know that I am at the Refuge Little Falls. But what you may not know is Dave is in Minnetonka. So we are doing it opposite than what we usually do. But I am up here helping a friend sort pictures and get some memorabilia in order. And we just got back from dinner and I'm ready to show you what I got. So let's come on down. I feel like I'm a little late to the party on this one, but I want to show you that this Moonlit Flora is so very pretty. I'm going to put on my glasses because I'm feeling like my eyes are wonky. This Moonlit Flora is so pretty. So the designer series paper is gorgeous. I love the stamps and the dies, but I'm going to be honest, I only got the paper. Like, and look at this little 3D embossing folder. Awesome. But I only got the paper. So I know Dave's like, buy the whole suite. Well, I feel like I already have a lot now, and I'm kind of feeling a little bit underwater with so many things. So I just bought the paper. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to use, and I want to let you know that both of these cards are our Card Cafe cards. So that's kind of fun for you if you sign up for Card Cafe. And I'm going to need my ruler. Can you come in closer, Dave? I don't remember. So this is...
Unfortunately, no with this setup.
No problem. 7 inches by 5.5. Okay, 7 inches by 5.5. And I'm going to score it at, hang on, let's get this right, 4 1/4. That's what I thought it was, 4 1/4 right there. And that is going to be my bottom piece. So let me get a bone folder. Who do we have here? Hello from UK. Very fun. Hello to you. So this is Old Olive. And then here's some of this amazing, amazing designer series paper. Look at this. I did not bring the whole pack to show you, but I just think this is so pretty. This is Golden Glow, which Golden Glow is one of our new in colors. And look at that. It's so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and attach our Golden Glow.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. Hey, Mary's birthday is tomorrow. Yeah. Card's not in the mail yet, and I'm up here till Sunday, so it's going to be late. Oh, well, right? All right, so I'm going to pop this right there. And then I am using our basic beige. And the basic beige is 4.5 by 4.5 by 7. So it's scored at 3.5. And this basic beige, I was working really hard to get this. I don't want it to be 4 1/4, right? Because when I'm cutting my 12 by 12 paper, if I cut it 4 1/4, I can't get out 6 pieces. So I wanted this to be 4. So then I thought, we'll just put a layer behind it of our beautiful Golden Glow, and that will be just fine. So look at that. That's what I'm going to do. Brilliant, right? Just going to put some Golden Glow behind it, and that will take care of making this 4 inches. I've decided you got to go with that 4 inches, preferably 4 by 3, but that 4 inches. And this is just going to sit right on here. So it's kind of a fun fold. I guess it is a fun fold. I think of it as maybe a simpler fun fold, because we've got some fun folds that are like all over the place. But this one is, I like it. It's a simple fun fold. All right, let's push that little bit of glue in there. And I'm going to pop this right on here.
Hey, Tina.
You'll laugh, but I'm out of white cardstock again.
I don't know how that
I don't know what happens. I order so much of it and then I'm out. So But then I thought, well, you know what? This basic beige actually works really well with this. Okay, because I'm using the liquid glue, I can kind of scooch this a little bit because I can see it's a little bit crooked. There we go. Love that about that. All right, so these two are going to go together just like this, just like that. And I was debating, like, if you make this in further, it felt too big. So this, I think this will work just fine. And I'm going to put glue on here. We're going to center it right in the middle of our card there. So Dave, when you come up, would you bring some adhesive?
Sure.
That'd be great. Because as much as I'm sure everybody loves me shaking this bottle. All right, let's see if we have anything else over here. We don't. Oh, you know what I'm going to use? Oh, you guys, I have this for when I do classes up here because it's a little bit easier for people to use. I kind of do miss that sound. Our adhesive, I think, is much stronger, but I'm going to put the lid on this and put it in my little box so that maybe next time I can get some out. All right, so I am going to center this whole thing right on this piece here. Center that on there. And ta-da. Isn't that pretty? Of course, we're not done yet, but I think that's just really, really pretty. And I'm sure you're going to be very surprised to hear me say, yeah, I forgot to do the ribbon. Always, 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 always. So I'm going to tuck my ribbon under. Actually, I could just go all the way around. I'll do that. Normally, I would just tuck it on. Well, maybe I'll just tuck it under. I just don't like to go all the way around because then you see it on the inside. But
hi, Patty.
Up here at the refuge. Hi, Patty. I got to do a little bit of gardening today, a little bit of my class class for school. And I can't get glue out, so I'm going to do it all the way around, which is just fine. And I'm actually just going to tape it under here because in the center here is going to be a focal point, so we'll be able to see that. And I don't use tape very often, but you know, when the glue is gone, you got to improvise, right? All right, so let's just trim this. Doesn't have to touch. I just want it to be a little bit taut. I don't like it to be loose, so just going to hold those there. Give it a little tape right there. It doesn't even matter if it's perfect because I'm going to use my punch. This is our 2-inch punch, and I'm going to put a little piece of our basic beige right on that. So you're really not even going to notice, although I feel like it didn't. There we go. All right, so we're going to put that on there. I feel like this piece didn't get tight. Sorry. I'm going to take it off and do it one more time. Pull. There we go. That feels better. There we go. Much better. All right. So I'm going to stamp on this before I actually go ahead and put it together. I am using this Happy Birthday, and the Happy Birthday is from it is from the Exciting Times. So it's this Happy Birthday. I really like the bold and the script. If you've heard me before, I just really always like bold and script. They just look really pretty. And I'm going with Old Olive because that's my main color. So after I had all these cut with Old Olive, I thought, you know what? I bet Mossy Meadow would look a little bit nicer. So then I found this Post-it note that I put in here. Use Mossy Meadow, cut Mossy Meadow if time. Like, well, the Old Olive looks quite nice too. So let's go ahead and pop this up on some dimensionals. How's your Monday, friends? How are things going? Is it Zana? Zana from the UK? It's warm here in Minnesota. I'm not sure what the weather is like there, but it is warm here. Right now it's 83 still. All right, so there's our little Happy Birthday. And let's see, in the back of our July online exclusives, I'm pretty sure this is where it is, the Golden Butterflies, this right here, the Gilded Wings Accents are just so much fun because they're already cut out for me, or they're already, you just push them out. So I put a whole bunch of these smaller ones just in a little container, and we will grab one to put on. Oh, look at, there's another glue. Perfect. We're going to grab another one to go ahead and put on there. Wow. Dave, can you make a list? I also need glue dots. Don't know where they are.
Got it.
All right. Dave's at home, so there we go. There's some good glue. We'll just pop that on there. It'll take a little bit to dry, and that's okay. And then I'm going to use the coordinating gems. Obviously, I sent those to somebody. So these are the In Color, just called In Color dots. I love when there's such a creative name like that, because they really could like be shimmer pearls, or I don't know, they just seem like they have a lot of color. And we'll go ahead and use that golden glow because it's so pretty. And I'm going to use my butterfly as my third element to make my little triangle. So I'm just going to put on 2 pieces of that, or two little gems there. Isn't that pretty? I just think it's a really pretty, wasn't hard to make card. So what do you guys think? Kind of fun. Dave, did you want to do an announcement or no?
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
So you heard Lisa mention that.
You might have to speak up a little louder.
I think it's just for you that it's coming through that way.
Sounds good.
All right. As you heard Lisa mention that this card is going to be one of our Card Cafe cards. So Card Cafe is our in-person event. Happens here in our Minnetonka studio. When you come, you get to make, there are 10 designs. You choose 5, make 2 of each design. Now, our one coming up is our August Card Cafe, coming up August 15th, 10 a.m. to noon here in the Minnetonka studio. This card, as well as I said, 9 other designs will be featured. You get to choose 2 and have a wonderful, wonderful, fun morning playing with cards. So, Card Cafe, August 15th. Try to register by Wednesday of that week. Honestly, register tonight so you don't forget. Register tonight, get signed up, and we will see you on the 15th here in the Minnetonka studio for Card Cafe.
All right. The next card, thanks, hon. The next card I'm going to make, I am going to use that Mossy Meadow because I was like, okay, one time I could skip it. Now, what I did here is, first off, let me just stop a second and show you this paper. So I love, love, love how this has this fresh freesia in it, and so does the paper has fresh freesia also. So I just think that is a really fun, it like picks up that little itty bit of color there. So what I did is I die cut these. I put one on top of the other. I run them through at the same time, and because you really want, because I want a window through both of them. Okay, so just die cut them both through. This obviously came out of there. This one came out behind it. Oopsie. This one came out of that paper. Okay, so let me tell you what we're going to do with this. First, let's go ahead and stick this piece on. This is, let me check any ribbon. Nope. Yeah, don't check. I check when we don't need ribbon, but then when we do, that's okay. That's all right. All right. Mary, any special plans for your birthday? I'm hoping you do something very fun to celebrate the very, very special you. All right, let's go ahead and stick this one on. You know what? Before I stick it on, I'm going to go ahead and fold this. I just think this is so pretty. I love this paper. Everybody was talking about it, and I was like, and then all of a sudden, like, yes. So I'm lining up this piece more than my edges because that's how I die cut it. Okay, so that has a window there. What we're going to do is put a piece on the inside, and the inside piece is cut at 6 3/4. If you can't see that, 6 3/4 by 5 1/4. So 6 3/4 by 5 1/4. Then I scored it at 1 1/4, 2 1/4, and 3 1/2. Yep, 3 score lines there. So let's look at how that's going to go together. This is going to go what we call valley, right? There's our valley fold. And this is a fun fold. And then we're going to do this one, which would be a mountain. I'll show you what those mean in just a moment. And then we'll turn this one. Oops, this one's going to go under also. So we've got what we would call mountain, mountain, valley. Okay. So this is going to sit in here just like that. Let's see, hopefully it all comes together. All right. This piece was really hard for me to figure out the measurements on. I don't know why, but it was. So I finally got it, went through several iterations, and so I'm hopeful. I'm pretty sure this will work. All right, so this I'm just putting on my edge like that. It's a really, really fun fold. This piece is going to, I don't know why that's crooked. It should be straight. Let's just straighten that out a titch. There we go. All right, this piece is going to, there we go. That's what I want to do. This piece is going to stick on here. It still looks crooked, but I'm going to go with it. So this inside here, just along this edge, is going to stick to this. You saw how it goes over a little bit, right? So I don't want to put glue on that whole piece, but I will put adhesive here down the side. And then I am going to go a little bit there and a little bit, oops, a little bit right there. And I'm going to close that up just like that. Now, what I'm going to do is take that beautiful little piece of petunia pop, and I'll start with this one, and I'm going to adhere this. So when I open it, now it came out of here, so it has to go back in, right? I'm just going to glue it to this top piece, not gluing it to this piece, just to that top piece. And it looks like I could use a little more adhesive right there because it's kind of coming off. There we go. All right. So remember, no glue here. I'm just putting the glue here, and that's where this is going to stick on. So let's go ahead and put adhesive here. I love this. I just think, first off, I love fun folds, and I love when they're beautiful, which isn't everything beautiful. There we go. So when you open this, you end up with this little pop-up piece, which I think is really fun. I still need a little more glue here. All righty, let's get that because I don't want that to, there we go. Let's stick that down this side too. Oh, there's adhesive there. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this directly on because my little image here, which I'll show you in a moment, I'm going to pop up. Isn't this just adorable? I just think it is so pretty. You guys are very quiet tonight. Does anyone have the Moonlit Flora floral paper? It's just so pretty. I don't know what to
do. Got some very nice comments about the designs.
Yeah. And so now I need to, oops, just grab a little. So we are going to use, this die is from, it's always fun to dig and find something that, I mean, it's current, but I've used it a long time ago. So these flowers are from here, from the Fragrant Layers. And I'm pretty sure I did not die cut that out. So we're going to do that right now. We'll just die cut out that little piece of flower. By the way, my rectangle came from these Nested Essentials. I don't know how many times I use these, like all the time. So let's go ahead and die cut out these. It does die cut out all in one piece, and you'll see I'm not going to use the whole piece, so we'll go ahead and cut some. Oh, look at that new plate. Ooh la la. I'm not going to use the other new plate on the bottom, though. I'm going to let that one get scratchy. That is okay. So let's go ahead and cut this, die cut this out of white. And I'm just going to end up using 3 of these flowers. So let's go ahead and push that through there. I love having the mini boss. I also love having the big boss. So I like having both. There we go. Mary Jo. Well, we're glad you're here. All right. So again, this came from Fragrant Layers. We will use my take your pick and just pop that out of there. It's all one piece, like I said, so it's going to come right out. There we go. And I don't want all of them though, right? Because this has to fit in here. that little piece will come out. This has to fit in here because it's going to open. So if I use the whole piece, it won't open because it's going to get stuck. So we don't want this whole thing. So let's cut off. There's a little curve right here. There's a little curve. So I'm going to cut this along that curve like that and just make it look great. Then there's a little piece there I'm going to pop out, and a little piece there, and a little dot there. And then this whole thing, I don't want that piece. So we're going to try to make this look like the flower that it, look at my, just make it look like it's goes down and maybe up and down like this. I'm going to cut it out, and then we'll smooth those edges and make sure we got it so it looks natural. Oh, natural. Sometimes a good way to do that is to just give it a little scratch with your fingernail. Let's get that little piece out. I am going to, though, trim this a little bit. Actually, what I'm going to do is cut this out. I don't need that piece. Let's get rid of that because that makes it look unnatural. And let's go ahead and make that a good round. There we go. So now I have 3 flowers instead of all my other flowers. And this piece will fit on just nicely like that. And then it doesn't get caught on the edges. I am going to go ahead and pop this up because we can. Why not, right? And I am going to put my dimensionals like right under here because I'm going to stick something on there. And it is adhesive, but I still want to stick it. I'm going to stick it right there. So let's get rid of those. There we go. Almost. There we go. Okay. Oh. It's rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay. So this piece is going to go right here. Is that pretty? Oh my goodness. It looks like it was made to be with it, I think. Really, really pretty. We are going to put some sentiment. I'm going to put wishing you good things. I'm going to stamp that in the fresh freesia because that's what this color is. So let's grab a little piece of fresh freesia. Oops, not that. Little piece of fresh freesia. And here we go. And I'm just going to stamp it. I think I'm going to stamp it in that mossy meadow. Could either use mossy meadow or black. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to grab my little pad because I find it does stamp better on a pad. So let's do wishing you good things. And then inside, I'm going to stamp happy birthday. And I'm going to cut it out and stick it inside. So doesn't matter that it's crooked because we're going to punch it out. All right, so there is that. And just need my little punch here. You know, Dave's not here to help me. Maybe the punch isn't here. So that's okay. We'll just cut it. Not a big deal. But I do like that label punch. I don't cut. Like, what am I doing? You know me. I don't cut. I don't like to cut. So I am going to just trim it like this. Oops. Like that. And we'll just make a little banner like what I wanted. The banner is going to be on this side. So I'm going to make a little banner. Cut to the middle, edges to the middle, edges to the middle. The banner punch is much more fun. I'm just going to say it is way more fun than this, but that's okay. And then I just, of course, I pull it out before it's quite cut, but then I can see it and cut it. All right. And I'm just going to trim that a tiny bit there. I like to start on the side away from the flat side so it pushes it into that. And while we're here, let's cut this one. Which, remember, this one I was like, oh, it's not straight, so it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter, except that we want to get it straight for the inside. So we'll just cut that and cut the, actually, I'm just going to do the ends like this. I'll do one like that and one like that and call it good. Okay. Let's go ahead and put our little wishing you good things. Of course, we're going to pop that up, right? Wishing you good things. So this is another Card Cafe card. It's not, again, it's Card Cafe is a time when cards are quick. I don't want to say they're always simple, but they're they don't take a long time because you get to make 10 of them. So pop that in there. And then the last thing we're going to do is add some gems on to add some gems right in the middle. I was thinking, let's use the green. Let's use the pine. There is pine in here. There's mossy meadow and there's old olive. So all of those will work just fine with that. So let's grab that pine. Want to use pine? We could use that pink. Maybe I'm going to use the Barely Blush. I think that's the color, Barely Blush. And I do want one to be small, so I'm going to grab a small one. There we go. There we are. All right, and then I'm just going to stick this little happy birthday inside. What do you guys think? It's kind of fun. Little fun fold there. I'm going to set that there for a minute. I don't want it to go over this edge, although I guess it doesn't matter. Once you open it, you know it's there. So, all right. What do you think? Moonlit Flora. So very pretty. So very pretty. And there's always so much you can do. Isn't that pretty? Move all this out of your way. There we go. Isn't that fun? What do you think? Wishing you good things. Happy birthday. And then remember our other Moonlit Flora is this one right here. Just fun folds. Here's my first one that I made. And I was using these little sequins, which I also think are fun. Although that one's popping off. No popping off. There we go. Little sequins in there. So yeah, super, super fun. So that's what I have for you tonight is 2 of our Card Cafe cards that we will be making using the Moonlit Flora. And on Saturday, I am going to be showing you some the Violets Suite. It is so beautiful. I cannot wait to show you. But, I mean, everything is beautiful, right? I am going to send out an email, but coming soon, I want to say tomorrow. Dave, I don't know if you can check on that, but tomorrow, Tuesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Yes. Okay, we got to check on it. But there's a Designer Series paper sale. We don't know what the Designer Series papers are until the 4th, which is tomorrow. So you definitely want to check on that. And then there's also some new foiling coming out. All right, that's what I have for you. I'm super excited to share those with you. They're fun. They're bright and colorful, and it's really warm here. I'm sweating. All right, friends, I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. So check back in, 9 a.m. I will see you then. I'll still be here at the refuge, so I'll see you here from the Refuge Little Falls. All right, friends, happy stamping.
Hey there, makers, gather round. It's time to spread that crafty sound. Paper, ink, stamps, and snips. We're rolling up our sleeves. Come get your tips. From fresh ideas to color so bold. New techniques and stories told. Every card a little piece of art. Let's dive in, let's make a start. New in the studio, Lisa's here. Spark your style, bring some cheer. Stamp it, snip it, let it flow. Watch your creativity grow.